Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's 5:13 on the start of your Thursday. Glad you're with us. I want to talk about changes coming to the Kenton School District when it comes to pickup and drop off. And all of this after a 4-year-old girl died in Jamestown.
So sad.
So they're trying to take precautions basically to make sure that they are not in the same situation that folks in Jamestown are.
So question, have you done pickup or drop off at your child's school lately? Are you happy with how it goes? Let us know. We're going to talk about that coming up. Good morning, everybody. It's 5:14. Glad to have you with us this morning. We're going to talk right now about pickup and drop off at schools. You know, I'm not in that phase of my life yet, but my friends all are. And they always talk about how chaotic it can be, how there can be really long lines at schools. And, you know, you're just kind of trying to get there so you're able to get the kids and you want everybody to do so safely.
These teachers and administrators have it down pat. Like they are a well-oiled machine. They know what they're doing and they're just trying to keep things moving. But as a parent or somebody from the outside, you're like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming, right? And in some cases, it could be dangerous. So now the Kenton School District is making some changes after a 4-year-old girl was killed in Jamestown outside of a school. And
this is kind of a proactive thing. It didn't happen there. It happened close by. We all saw this tragedy. And now they're saying, okay, we're going to try to be proactive here.
A lot of parents, though, aren't thrilled about this. So we want to hear what your dismissal or arrival process is like, if it's chaotic, if it's hectic. What's the issue? Let us know. Grab your phone, join the conversation.
And then how do you fix that, I guess, is the bigger question, too. But first, let's give you some of today's top stories. 5:15, if you're looking for somewhere fun to visit during the holidays, well, consider staying here in Buffalo. Travel and Leisure magazine naming the Queen City the most festive place to celebrate Christmas in the U.S. Buffalo beat out other hotspots like Colorado and Utah. People magazine also recognizing our nostalgic winter charm, the hundreds of holiday events that happen, and how we have a 53% chance of having a white Christmas. And one popular Buffalo destination that both articles highlighted, the Richardson Olmsted campus, the holiday market, now in its 5th year there with more than 70 vendors and other fun activities. It's open through December 28th.
We are weeks away from the final game inside the current Highmark Stadium. A blizzard is brewing from Bud Light. The company is set to release its limited edition Blizzard Brew just ahead of the Bills game against the Jets. The company says the beer is made from snow collected after the first snowfall at the stadium this year. Bud Light says this is its way of celebrating and thanking the fans. I hope to God they did not collect the snow from the lot where I tailgate, because that would be disgusting.
Yeah, you can just stop right there.
You know what I'm talking about.
We'll use our imaginations.
All right, let's talk about pickup and drop off here.
So this is a Kenton School District that is making these changes, spurred, of course, by this tragedy in Jamestown where this little girl passed away. But pickup and drop off, from what I hear from my parent friends, you know, it's just this is it. It's a big long line of cars. You've got a lot of kids coming out. And I think there's some concern there when it comes to safety.
So, Grace, good morning to you. Pickup at the school across the street for me is crazy. There's nowhere to park, people pulling down our driveways. They block our driveways, and the city won't make it a one-way street, which would solve the problem.
Okay, Felice says, Public School 81 on Tacoma near Delaware. It can be a nightmare for pickup and drop off. But then she went on, how to fix it? You expand the parking lots, one for buses, one for cars.
Melinda says, seems to make the pickup and drop off kind of crazy and confusing. Charisse, good morning to you. I haven't dropped off or picked up my grandkids or children in years, so I don't know. Prayers to the family. Bottom line here, a lot of these parents aren't really thrilled because they question the changes in, you know, how they're dropping their kids off and where, because sometimes now it's behind the school, sometimes it's on the other side, and they just, you know, don't want the change. The district, though, says there will be growing pains.
And there always are, right? Whenever we see changes, change is inevitable, I think, right? We have to kind of like roll with that. And I get their concerns too. Maybe we see how it works. And if we ultimately think, okay, I could see why, you know.
Meantime, in Kenton, they are going to be accepting feedback during what they're calling a test pilot period. Felice, though, saying my niece and nephew used to go to Hoover and it was a disaster every single day. So do you support these changes, Felice, or what do you think?
Let us know. You know, it's just, listen, you have to get your kids.
Yeah.
You have to pick them up. You have to drop them off. That's just how it goes. And I think that, you know, just trying to make it as smooth as possible and frankly, as safe as possible.
Here's something interesting for Meg. Good morning to you. Glad you're with us, Meg. West Seneca staggers dismissal. So buses are 15 minutes later than parents. That's interesting. And then Michelle says, I think all the schools need to make changes to keep the kids safe.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep. And you know what? Safety is the number one priority.
Speaking of safety, how about this in Australia? They're rolling out a new social media ban for now. There are many people in the U.S. urging leaders in Washington to take that same step.
What do you think about that? Should kids not be allowed to have any social media until they're 16?
This says that they would be safer by not having social media. It would give them a break from addictive design features.
You know what? It's such an impressionable time.
Right, exactly. And we know what those studies show.
No.
There's constant bullying, there's cyber stalking, and who are you talking to in some cases?
And you're not at the age where you can fully understand that yet.
Felice, yes for Australia. Still ahead on Good Morning Buffalo. Shootings are dropping statewide. We'll look at the latest numbers and show what some local leaders credit for all of this. It's 5:19. Josh is in for Aaron, tracking a slippery forecast right after this.